everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. A little recap from what we did yesterday during our lesson. So we talked about understanding critical thinking in academia. Before that, we went over the definition in slide 36 and our bell ringer, and then we shared some thoughts and had some good discussions. For today in part two, we're going to answer the bell ringer in slide 37. And let's hop into that first, and then we're going to go from there. So when you click there, you're going to find out really quickly there are many slides here. You're going to go, I hope, and slide number 37. Slide number 37, it's all about understanding critical thinking, obviously. So it's a very familiar topic because we've been talking about that lately. So, well, yesterday, just to give you a little bit of like background, so understanding critical thinking in academia, what's the meaning of it? We talked a little bit about that. Basically, critical thinking is the ability to analyze, evaluate, and form judgment about information. And why is this important? Especially in academia, is because in haste you're learning and improve your problem solving skills, promoting like a deeper understanding about different things. So we answered the question about how you currently applying that to your life, especially when you're in school. The one today, Ringer, basically this question that says like, what strategies can you use to read more critically? Basically, those bullet points can help you to give you some ideas in order to answer this question. So active reading is basically engaging with the text, questioning and analyzing content. So basically, when you're reading, I like to kind of highlight some of the like main vocabulary that I don't understand. That way, I can kind of look for the meanings of those vocabulary words, and then I can have a deeper understanding about the text. So identify main ideas, one of the things that I like to do, and also look for clues to support the whatever idea. That's what we call supporting details. So mainly, what you want to do is to identify or recognize what's the purpose behind what the author is trying to tell you, right? I'm going to give you some time, so go ahead and answer this question and write your thoughts in the form of a sentence or two in the bell ringer section and the Google Classroom. Then when we're done with that, excuse me, what we're going to do, we're going to go over to this presentation. And I think it's pretty important to understand why you can be successful as a high schooler and in life in general by understanding critical thinking. So, by the way, if you are checking this out here, this slide, I just wrote something like the language educator because that's what I do. I teach English and also I teach Spanish as well. So if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel and Spanish Master on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and share this information with other people so you can keep creating these type of content. Actually very fun. But let's open to what is critical thinking. So I already talked a little bit about that. I say that critical thinking is the ability to analyze information objectively. So basically, you just have to kind of come up with a question in order to solve a problem. That's why it says involve questioning, assumption, evaluating evidence, and considering different perspectives. So the question here is, can you think of a time when you had to solve a tricky problem? I actually shared a quick example that the class where I need to go when I was your age. I need to go to school a little quite far away. I was then found myself like walking in the sun. It was kind of hot on my way back home. So I get to think out of the box and find ways and how to go back home. Either getting a ride from someone or finding out who is gonna be going to the same location that I was going to in order to get a ride. And think about a situation that doesn't have to be the similar situation, but where you have to think outside of the box in order to fix a problem. If you can do that, that's a vivid example of what it is critical thinking. Why is this important, specifically in school? Well, if you can use that knowledge, it will help you to understand complex subjects. For example, if you're taking a test that involve like math, for example, which can be a little tricky for some people, can help you to understand how to solve certain problems, right? It can improve the ability to write essays and complex projects and things like that. Especially when you're answering like those multiple choice questions, I normally used to use before in the past, right? When I was your guys, when I was in a high schooler, the elimination process where I take the two answers that are less likely to be obviously the right answers, and I left off with two and to have a 50-50 chance of like getting the right answer by doing that. There are many different strategies that you can use by like thinking deeply in what's best work for you, because everyone is different, right? So everyone's gonna have different strategies. Now, how can critical thinking help you every day, right? Making decisions, perhaps when you're choosing friends or I don't know, managing money and things like that, looking for a job, can think about what's best for you by thinking deeply in what it's important to you, right? Obviously, it allows you to form your own opinion and avoid being easily misled by people, especially nowadays in this society. There are a lot of different type of like perspective and opinion and things like that. So think about one time, that you had to make a very important decision, and you carefully thought about what to do. So what you did, just think about that. You can share that with someone in the class if you want. Perhaps you can kind of write your thoughts in the Google Classroom section, and you can share it with the class if you don't want to talk. I use critical thinking in language learning. When I was teaching Spanish previously, I often was telling my students that in order to like learn how to read or to understand what somebody's reading to you, if somebody's reading or you're listening to something, it's easily you can kind of get to understand what's going on by looking for different connecting words, right? And that way you can kind of find out what the context it's about. Critical thinking can help you to guess words meaning from the context and connect words with new words, right? That you already know. So that's something that people tend to do in order to learn different skills when it comes to vocabulary and obtaining information and things like that. So yeah, that's about it. Make sure you like this video, to like and subscribe and share with some more people and that might be interested in a topic like this. And see you in the next one. Remember, make good choices. See ya.